The gentleman may respond to her question.
I really wanted another way to reflect on all the BLs I watch in a year. I will be doing a tier ranking again, so I can give each one its own individual review, but I wanted a simpler, fun way to talk about a handful of them first. Like a teaser before the full ranking. So here is an end of year BL tag. What was an underdog BL of the year? Shows you went into blind, and they randomly became a favorite. Or it's not from a big production company, and it's even better than BLs with budget promotion and already famous actors. The 8th Sense. I randomly saw this on Viki one day and clicked on it. This was when only the first 2 episodes were out. I hadn't heard a single thing about this show. The description just sounded interesting, and I needed something to watch. It blew me away instantly. The vibes, the cinematography, writing, acting, music, all of it. I couldn't believe I randomly stumbled upon this gem. Then slowly more and more people found it, and it became one of the most popular Korean BLs of the year. For good reason. It's great. The Day I Loved You. This completely came out of nowhere for me. A reactor I like uploaded a few reactions to The Day I Loved You. I'd never seen or heard of it before, so I watched along with them. Oh my god, it's so cute. If you like Heartstopper, you need to watch its low budget Filipino counterpart. I love it. Emotional. Genuine unconditional love. Oh, it's amazing. I can't believe I didn't hear about it sooner. What was a BL that surprised you? Shows you went into with a little doubt. Something you never thought you would like, but it managed to change your mind completely. Be my favorite. I was so hateful about this. I wish I made a ranking upcoming BLs of 2023 video, because then I'd have proof of my 180 switch up. I adore this show more than I can put into words. Be my favorite is so special to me. I know people don't want to give it a chance because of Christ. That's valid. I get it. I tuned in because I watch basically everything for the sake of being able to review. And I'm Garwin and Woo's #1 fan. I'm glad I gave it a chance. I'm still in awe of how amazing Be My Favorite is. Easily one of the most well-written shows GMMTV ever put out. Great character growth and story arcs. Fleshed out impactful plot lines. Some of the best queer rap I've ever seen in a BL. I was reminded of my journey watching this series. I'm sure a lot of queer people would see themselves in some of these episodes. I cried a few times, which is rare for me. The overall theme of wondering if you made the right choices in life, and if you could go back how would you change things, and how some things in life are just inevitable. This story really resonated with me on a personal level. I'll always have an attachment to Be My Favorite. Stay With Me. I somehow blocked Addicted from my memory. I couldn't remember a single thing about it, so when people were talking about an Addicted remake, I didn't care, but I wasn't feeling a way about it. Then I saw the tagline for Stay With Me.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Oh, I suddenly remembered my BL history, how problematic Addicted was, history crossing the line, some scary shite. Then, of course, after some time, everyone seemed obsessed with Stay With Me, so, naturally, I'm nothing but a follower. I had to see for myself. It's good, I can't lie. I sure was surprised. I actually liked it so much. It's weirdly become a comfort show. I dunno. What was the most disappointing BL of the year? Laplu. When this started going downhill, I was so upset. It started off great. I liked it so much. The vibes of the first few episodes were amazing. I thought the concept was so unique. The characters had chemistry. Somewhere in the middle it lost me, and it just got worse and worse. Writers, what happened? A shoulder to cry on. For this one, I knew nothing about the actual story, but I was anticipating Asko because I was an Omega X fan. I wanted to support Yechan and Jahan regardless, and guys, my experience with this show was so strange. I binged the whole thing in one sitting, and I remembered actually liking it, not obsessed or anything, but there was nothing glaringly bad. Then I went back to rewatch like a month later. Why was it awful the second time around? There are so many problems here, it was hard to get through. I think I was high watching it the first time, because there's no way. How did I? I'm sitting there during my rewatch like, wait, when? I don't remember that. I was so confused. I'm still confused. How did so much just go over my head? I was in a yaoi trance the first time or something. If we're being real, it's probably because I was distracted by Yechan's pretty face and my love for him, and wasn't paying attention to the plot. But still, be careful watching a shoulder to cry on as a Yechan biased 4X. The love vision and brainwashing is crazy. between us. I'm counting this as a 2023 show because it ended this year. Also, I left it out of last year's ranking, and I need a place to complain. I was looking forward to this way back when, but in the long wait for it, I lost interest, so I wasn't exactly expecting anything or excited, and it still managed to let me down. It was bad, like couldn't even finish it bad. And way too long, that's Studio Wabi-Sabi's specialty. I've learned my lesson. I'm not begging for season 2s or spin-offs anymore. What was an overhyped BL, or less mean wording, a popular series that didn't click with you? Only Friends, a show that seemed like it knew exactly what it wanted to be, then somehow completely forgot after a few episodes. I understand why it was popular, but it really didn't deserve the hype in my opinion. I just found everything about it mediocre. I made a review for Only Friends already. You can watch that if you want my full thoughts. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it, so let's not. What BL made you the happiest? Like the show that made you feel pure joy. That's my school president for me. There is nothing like it. There will probably be nothing like it ever again. MSP was an event. The show is full of so much joy and love, and Shinzilla featuring Tim's discography carried on that joy outside the show. Does anyone else just think of Tingen and start smiling? No? Okay. Vice vs Our Sky episodes if that counts. Who until a dad cosplay, Jigsaw, so cute. How can you not smile? It reminded me of Our Dining Table, which is also a BL that made me so happy. This was so wholesome, cozy and sweet. It's the perfect fluffy healing show. It's a story that's so simple and easy to digest, but also has genuine heartfelt emotional moments. Still, after every episode, my cheeks hurt from smiling. What was the cringiest BL of the year? Why Are You Korean remake, and June. They're both a combination of cringe and boring, more so boring and poorly written, but these two had the most standout cringe scenes that I still remember. They were both airing around the same time too. It was rough. Why Are You in particular was hard for me to get through, because I was trying to binge it. I tried 3 or 4 separate times to watch it all the way through, and I couldn't get into it. Now all I remember is thinking it was made with $5 and a dream, and Max Nutt's cringe cameos. June just made no sense. It was slightly easier to watch because I had time between each episode to forget why I didn't like it, but it's so bad that I had to find some of it funny, because what the fuck, all I remember is yawning, being confused, and cringing almost every time June spoke. Also, any BL fight scenes that tried to be serious, like Never Let Me Go and Dangerous Romance. The shows as a whole weren't bad, but the quote-unquote action scenes made me have to pause and laugh. Bed Friend 2, I think. I can't remember it at all. I know I hated the first few episodes and didn't finish watching. I think part of the problem was it was cringe, but I genuinely can't remember a single thing. What was an unpopular BL you loved? Love in Translation. Short and cute. Pretty people. Language barrier trope adjacent. What's not to love? I really liked this. Language barrier trope is my favorite niche romance trope ever. I said adjacent because Love in Translation isn't really, but kinda. If you've seen it, you get it. For how adorable and slightly above average this show is, not enough people talk about it. It's a fun time. Favorite couple or couples? Tin Gun, Hartley Wing, Mork Day, and Jong Yai. The definition of romance. The main examples of what I look for in a BL. They are everything to me. Favorite main character or characters? Mork from Last Twilight, easily my favorite character of the year, and one of my favorite characters from anything ever. I wasn't going to name him my number 1 fave, since the show won't be over before the year ends, but I don't care. He absolutely is. He feels so real in the best way, but also so unrealistic because he's so selfless and sweet, just the purest, kindest heart. He has so much depth. He has friends and family, hobbies, and a life outside his relationship. He is such a well-written character. I wish Mork was real. Favorite actor or actors you discovered this year? Brighton Non-Kun. See what happens when you put real lack on actors in BL? By far the best acting in a Thai BL to date. They are incredible. Their chemistry together is so insane. Sometimes I think about I Feel You linger in the air and feel like I dreamt it, because there's no way a show that incredible exists. Brighton Non-Kun being the main leads was a big part of why it's so magical. I'm so grateful for them. I need more projects of them together immediately. TPK, Tipicon. I saw him for the first time in A Boss and a Baby Zoo, and he's been on my mind more lately because of August in Last Twilight. He is such a good actor. Like if August reciprocated feelings for Day, I wouldn't even be that mad if they were a thing. Well no, of course Mork Day is what I want, but I'd be happy seeing more Rome on my screen is all I'm saying. I cannot wait to see what he does. He's got a long and bright career ahead of him. GMM, you guys need to promote his face more starting in 2024. He is gorgeous. Pretty boy needs to be the ambassador of every brand on earth. Favorite OST of the year? The entire MSP soundtrack. Their city cover was the #1 song on my Wrapped, but technically that came out last year. And it's not an original. Of the original songs that were in the 2023 episodes of My School President, my favorite is Once Upon a Time. They were so sick putting that song in the trailer and making me wait until episode 12 to hear the full thing. I feel like they're doing the same with Last Twilight. That song in the official trailer is so freaking good. They play the instrumental in basically every episode. I need it now. This question kind of ties in with the next one. Favorite intro of the year? All 3 of My School Presidents. The only show I've seen put that much effort into the silly little intros. I actually sat through them all 12 episodes. I never skipped. The songs are too good. The fact that they gave us 3 intros, edited in 3 different styles, with 3 different songs. My School President's creativity never fails to amaze me. What was the BL with the most unique concept you watched this year? Probably Laplo and Absolute Zero. I don't know if they executed the concept well. At least the idea was there. I don't really know about Absolute Zero though. I only got around to watching episode 1 like 3 weeks ago. I like the book a lot, so I was hoping I would like the adaptation. But I was a little bored, and honestly, I just wasn't in the mood to watch something that required that much brain power and that slow burn. Especially when I already know how the story goes. I don't know about the rest of the show version, but the book requires a lot of focus. You really need to pay attention to where we are in time and space, with all the time jumps and perspective changes. The concept is definitely interesting and cool. There were a lot of beautiful quotes in the book. I have to get around to finishing the show at some point. I don't know if I can recommend it. We know my thoughts on most Studio Wabi-Sabi productions. I hope they didn't botch it, because the next question had me looking through my drama list reviews and its rating wasn't that great. I'm scared. What was the highest and lowest rated BL you watched this year on my drama list? Do you agree? The highest rated BL I watched this year is Last Twilight with 8.7 out of 10. Since Last Twilight isn't over yet, I'll also include the highest rated completed series. That would be My School President, I Feel You Linger in the Air, and Stay With Me, all at 8.5. The lowest rated BL of 2023 I watched is Starstruck with 6.8. It's literally the only one that is lower than 7. I don't think I've ever seen a BL go under 7 on MLD. Do I agree? Yeah, honestly. Everyone's always saying my drama list reviews and stats are too judgmental, but these numbers pretty accurately reflect my thoughts too. Starstruck was one of, if not the worst show I watched this year. At least it's the worst Korean BL I've ever seen. Last Twilight, My School President, and I Feel You Linger in the Air are literally my top 3 series. Last Twilight was actually at 8.6 when I first wrote this question down and was looking through all the ratings, and I was already so proud. I checked again before editing this together to make sure the numbers were still accurate, and it only went up. I can believe actually, Last Twilight is more incredible than I ever imagined it would be. After being one of Vice Versa's 15 fans, seeing Last Twilight get the love, appreciation and praise it deserves, my Jimmy C heart is so happy. We made it, guys. Stay With Me is a little high. I get it. I personally would put a few other shows at that high of a rating or higher, but I'm not mad at it like my drama list kinda ate. Favorite BL quotes of the year. You know what's crazy? The first quote that came to mind is, "And he paints my life pink forever."
จากคนที่ไม่เชื่อในความรักไม่คิดด้วยซ้ำว่าชีวิตนี้ผมจะมีใครสักคนแต่มันก็ทำให้ผมได้เจออีกเบิร์ดแล้วมันก็ช่วยเปลี่ยนชีวิตผมให้กลายเป็นสีชมพูไปตลอดกาล
But that's from last year. Can I go a single video without talking about Vice Versa? My god. You didn't ask, but that's my favorite BL quote ever. None from this year top that for me, but some came close.
กูไม่รู้นะว่าอะไรมันทำให้มึงเชื่อว่าอนาคตมันจะมีแต่เรื่องเลวร้ายกูขอเชื่ออีกแบบกูเชื่อว่าทุกอย่างมันจะไม่ผิดพลาดแบบนั้นและกูเชื่อว่าอนาคตจะดีที่สุดในแบบของมันและไม่ว่าอะไรจะเกิดขึ้นกูเชื่อว่าการที่เราสองคนได้คบกันมันไม่มีอะไรจะถูกต้องไปมากกว่านี้แล้ว
แต่สำหรับผมไม่ว่าอะไรจะเกิดขึ้นการที่ผมได้เป็นของเขาการที่เราได้เป็นของกันและกันไม่มีอะไรจะถูกต้องไปมากกว่านี้แล้ว
กังหันจะผลิตไฟฟ้าได้ก็ต้องใช้ลม
งั้นก็แปลว่าสายลมเนี่ยสำคัญกับกังหันมากเลยใช่ไหม
ก็ใช่ดิไม่งั้นมันจะ หมุนได้ยังไงอะ
ไม่เอาแล้วนะเนน้อย
Also have to include this next one, not a BL, but I was quoting this scene at least once a day in August.
Vicky.
Do you think this was a better year for BL than last year? I'm not entirely sure. Initially, my answer was no, because I felt pretty average and meh about most of what I watched this year, but the really good ones were really amazing. I think it was a great year for Thai BL specifically, so many gems, and most were at least good. The Korean, Taiwanese and Japanese BLs we got in 2023 were mostly not my taste. There were some hits, but I think there were more misses. That's all the questions. I tried not to repeat any shows, but I had to a little. There are more BLs that fit these questions, but I wanted to save some thoughts for the full tier ranking. Please remember to look through the links in my description. Keep talking, sharing and boycotting. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye my loves.